everyone, welcome to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith, and this is
Pet McDonald.
And in this video, we're going to start our solo playthrough of The Gallerist.
Yeah, that's right, solo. You, me, solo.
And everybody else too, actually.
And everybody else.
This is not really what solo means. We're going to work together on our own gallery.
We're turning it into a co-op game.
Yeah, kind of, right? We're going to make the decisions together, and we're going to get your help as well. If you haven't seen the instructional videos for The Gallerist, I'll put links to them in the description of this video. I have one for both how to play the game normally with 2 to 4 players, as well as the adjustments you need to make for a solo play. We should probably come up with a name for our gallery. What do you think? Pep and Rod? Pep and Rod's?
The Paprod.
Oh, the Paprod. That sounds
Paprod.
a little fancy, a little highfalutin. Well, the other thing we also want to mention, in a solo game, there are 3 possible ranks you can achieve based on certain conditions. So I'm going to show those on screen right now. The Apprentice level is obviously the easiest. I think we can probably pull that one off, but I'd love to see if we can get to Experienced.
No, we're going for the Master Gallerist.
I like your ambition. I don't know, maybe we can do it.
We're all set up to get started, but before we do, let's show them our Art Dealer and Curator cards.
Right. So this is the Curator and Art Dealer card that we were dealt during the setup.
And we'll want to keep these in mind because not only will they provide us with points, but also help us to complete our objectives.
We also can't forget we have one work of international renown that's of the digital art type. We're almost ready to get started. I do want to point out, Pep and I and all of us working together, we're going to be controlling these purple pieces.
Purple?
Well, purple because normally you would play the red and I would play blue. Mix them together, purple.
I believe you.
You just believe me, or it's true, right? It's true, I think.
I don't know. Okay. I don't know anything about colors.
We're off to a great start here. Oh, and also we have the yellow player here. This is Vital Lacerda, the other gallerist that we'll be competing against, right? Oh, we need a name for his gallery. We're the Paprod, right? He could be the...
Perfect.
What?
The.
That's pretentious enough.
Yeah.
Okay. This gallery is called The or The?
I think the, because we'll probably say the more often, and it's less confusing if we say the.
All right, the gallery.
The.
Just the. Okay. Well, let's go to the table and get started. The first thing we have to decide is where to place our gallerist pawn, because each of these locations has a reputation token that we'll get to take. This one here at the top will give us 1 money for every 3 influence we have at the end of the game.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good one to take. We usually like to spend our influence during the game.
That's true, for those kicked out actions. Well, this one over here says we would get 1 influence and 1 money for every assistant that we have hired at the end of the game. That's not so bad, because if we hired everyone, we get 10 influence and 10 coins.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's keep that on the maybe pile.
Okay, well, we also have this one down here that says you get 1 influence and 3 money for every 3D sculpture you've acquired. And that means both in your gallery and ones that you've sold.
This one's not as appealing because if you look at our Art Dealer and Curator cards, we only actually need 1 or possibly 2 of the 3D art during the entire game.
Okay, so that is going to restrict how many points we could get from that. And we have this one as well that will give us 1 influence and 3 money for every white collector visitor that we have in our gallery at the end of the game. Now that's not too bad, because we'll want collectors in our gallery.
Even if we only get 4 collectors, that's already giving us 12 points, which is more than the assistant tile would have been giving us.
So what do you think, Pat? Maybe we should go here first then?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea because that's probably not where we'd want to take the first action anyway, so we'll be moving out of there to go somewhere else.
All right, so with that decided, we can remove these other reputation tokens from the board. Pat, before we begin with our first turn, I realized during the setup I forgot to put a visitor here in our gallery, so let's just draw one randomly from the bag, and we'll see what we get. It is a VIP. Celebrities are already showing up at Paprod Gallery to see what we have to offer, which at this point is technically nothing.
Wow, it's a mixture. It's because we're the swankiest place in town, and also I hear there's rumors that we're going to be discovering a new talent soon.
Oh, I think so. We better fill up this gallery before he runs out of pastries and things to eat in the lobby. So that's what we're going to do first, right? We're going to discover an artist.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we'll move our pawn here. We have a few options to pick from here, and Pep and I were thinking about getting a painter. And I think, Pep, you're leaning towards getting someone who's going to start a little more famous, like these red artists tend to be.
Yes, like Jean-Luc.
Oh, Jean-Luc, is that who it is? Okay, so we're on the street. He's a really hot artist. First thing we're going to do is move this collector to the plaza.
Ah, yes, that's his friend Pierre. Very excited to see his works.
We also have a benefit on this artist token here, and this allows us to move a visitor of any color from the plaza directly to our gallery.
Well, I guess Pierre is getting the VIP treatment.
He's being ushered right in. Now we're going to flip over the tile of this new artist, and we're going to mark its initial fame at 10. And finally, we'll collect a signature token.
And we get to place it on the commission space of our board.
Jean-Luc owes us a painting. Now that we've finished our first turn, Lacerda is going to enter the board into the location opposite the one that we started on. He won't trigger his ability here in the international market. That will only happen once he's moving clockwise around the board. So Pep, it's back to us. We have to decide what to do. We've got VIPs waiting to get in. We've got a collector looking to buy something. And unfortunately, we're on the space to actually create a painting. So we can't do that.
I think it's time we get a contract.
Get a contract for a painting we don't have yet.
It's all about setup. That's what art's about. It's not about the buying and the selling. It's about the presentation and the advertising. That's
well, you know what?
I know a thing or two about art.
The financier in me kind of likes this idea. Like, we're going to get this painting. We're going to be ready to send it out the door as soon as we collect it. So we'll go here. And now we can either put 4 new cards on top and pick, or pick one of these. Do you like what we see here?
I do, because we are looking for contracts for painting, and there are 2 of them there.
Yeah, we have 2 here, and one of them will allow us to collect an assistant for free if we use that bonus ability, or this one here will allow us to get some more money for collectors and investors in our gallery.
I don't think we need the free assistant because we haven't made any, so they're still pretty cheap.
True.
But that money could be pretty useful.
So I think you're leaning towards here?
I think so.
I'm with you. I agree as well, so we'll collect this contract. And we have an empty space, so we'll draw and replace that. Now we have the option of placing the contract on any of these 3 spaces. But Pep, I'm thinking we want to place it here, grab a brown ticket so we can get some of those investors in and take advantage of this bonus a little later.
Done.
All right, this partnership is working out great, Pep. We're going to put the ticket right here. Hey, you know what? We have an executive action to take.
We do.
Okay, well, we have a ticket. Why don't we spend it?
Okay.
And we'll move this investor from the plaza into our lobby. The spent ticket we'll put here into a discard pile. Well, as our lobby fills up with impatient investors and VIPs, Lacerda is now going to move, and he's going to kick us out and leave an assistant behind, which Pep is reminding me we didn't leave an assistant behind when we moved.
Well, we're kind of new to the art scene. Well, I mean, at least you are, so it makes sense you'd make that kind of mistake.
Well, we'll try not to make that mistake again. Maybe it's our assistants. We got like lazy interns. We need to whip them into shape. So we have a kicked out action. There's not an executive action we want to take. Do we want to spend influence and repeat this action again? We could grab another contract.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're going to have to spend influence down here by dropping down to the next space with a star above it, and now we can perform the location action.
I don't like any of these contracts. Give me another 4.
Okay, I don't like them either. Well, let's see what we get now. Okay.
Oh, I see one I like there.
Yeah, if we use this bonus ability later, we can bring in an investor or a VIP, and I'm thinking investors are probably what we want right now. We get to cover up another new space and grab a ticket. We thinking here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we want another brown ticket. We've been kicked out, but that's okay. We have a beautiful gallery to go back and visit, see how things are going, and now we get to take our turn.
I think it's time we get some paint in the walls. Let's go buy a painting.
Time to see what our discovered artist can come up with for us. So since we'll be drawing from this stack, we move the 2 visitors here into the plaza. Some future potential investors for us to have.
Yeah, I've heard this. The artist, he's been working really hard on this. It's a piece that really touches on the inner mind of the artist himself.
Well, whatever it is, Pep, it better be amazing, because he's telling me he's going to charge us through the nose for it. Even at a commission price, we're going to have to pay 10 money. That's everything we've got, Pep. He's going to clean us out.
Don't worry, I have some connections in high places. I think I can get him to give us a discount.
So as Pep is alluding to, we've moved down here to the influence track, and we can spend some of that influence to gain some additional money to spend on this action. How influential are your contacts, Pep?
They're pretty influential. I think we're going to take it down 2 notches.
Okay, so we'll move past this one and this one.
And now we only have to pay 8. It won't hurt your checkbook quite so much.
Just so it's clear to everyone, we start the game with 10 money, and this is all we have left, Pep. 2 coins.
It'll be fine.
It better be. Thankfully, we're getting more than just the painting, though. We're going to get 2 tickets, a brown one and either a white or pink one. Pep, I don't know about you, but the collectors right now, we can't really take advantage of until we start selling some paintings.
You're exactly right. So we should take a VIP.
All right, so we've got these 2 tickets. And now because we've invested in Jean-Luc's paintings, his fame is going to increase, and it says here it'll go up by 1, plus 1 more for every collector in our gallery. And we have 1, so it will go up by 1 more. And the nice thing about that is you'll notice it's bumping up his fame level to the next star level, and that's going to help us when we go to sell his painting later. Jean-Luc's brought his painting to Peprod, and Oh my gosh, it's horrific. We paid all that money for this?
It's a contemporary kind of art. I think it's going to draw, a different crowd, but I think it's a crowd that's going to provide us some money.
It's going to be a different crowd. They better bring lots of money. Or Jean-Luc's back on the street. Oh, what have we done?
Well, we've made him very popular. I got to move his signature token up to the gold star.
The last step in buying and exhibiting a piece of artwork is to draw visitors from the bag equal to the number of tickets on the newly revealed piece of artwork. But Pep, I'm just realizing down here, we have 2 visitors on this tile, and there should only be 1.
Who set this game up anyway?
I think I did. Here's what we'll do. We'll mix them up, and we'll take one out and put it up here. Okay, and one will go back down there.
Problem solved. Let's not forget we've got an executive action to use before our turn's over.
Yeah, and I think we should spend some of these tickets again, right? We've got, let's see, 2 brown ones, 1 pink one. People are excited about Jean-Luc's new painting.
Yeah, so let's bring in an investor.
There's one of our tickets. We'll move another investor closer.
And finally, we'll pull that VIP into the gallery. He's been out there a long time. Oh, and he really likes this new art.
That's because he's been in the lobby so long. He's full of champagne and pastries. He doesn't even know what he's looking at anymore. It's back to Lacerda's turn now. He's going to move 1 space clockwise, which means he's going to kick us out again. And we don't want to forget he leaves an assistant behind.
Oh, he's gunning for us.
I think he's nervous. He's trying to find a really good artist to put into his the gallery, which frankly, given the painting that we're displaying, shouldn't be too hard. But thankfully, he's kicked us out, which means we get another kicked out action.
Yeah, so the question we have to ask is, do we want to take an executive action or the location action?
Well, we know we have 2 bonus actions here, one that will help us get some more money, which, let me tell you, we desperately need. But this will also allow us to move either an investor or VIP into our gallery. And having more investors in our gallery means this will be even more effective.
Let's go with the investors then. I think we're going to need money soon.
The buzz is spreading. Investors are coming in to see this great new something that Jean-Luc has made.
Now come on, Rodney. You got to keep a positive attitude for these sort of things. People see the way that you look at your own art and the art that you're displaying, and you got to everything. You got to take it with a smile.
Right, you're right. I forgot. We got to dupe this person into thinking it's great. Right. Got it.
That's because it is great.
Right. Oh, right. Because it is great. And because we've been kicked out, we go back to our home gallery. Well, everyone, Paprod Gallery is open for business, and things are going.
They're going.
They're going, right? I wouldn't say they're going well per se. We've got 1 painting on the walls. It's terrifying, actually.
The stuff of nightmares, in fact. But it will help us bring some money into our bank accounts.
Well, let's hope so. And hey, the gallery over here, it's like a ghost town. It's empty. They got 1 investor in the lobby.
He'll be in our lobby anytime now.
I hope so. And maybe you can help make that happen. We're going to turn things over to you, our fellow Paprod members. Let us know, what location should we go to next? What action should we perform? And should we also take an executive action?
And it is important to note that we're not trying to get a high score in this solo game. We're trying to complete one of the 3 sets of objectives. The higher, the better.
And I'll put those objectives in the description of this video in case you need a reminder. I'm also going to show you some close-ups of the board so you can get a sense of everything here, as well as a shot of the player aids. So if there's some icons you're not familiar with, you'll see them explained there. If you have a suggestion for us, put it in the comments below. If you like what someone suggests, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like it, propose your own suggestion. Whichever one gets the most votes, that's what we'll come back and do. But until the next episode, thanks for watching.